That's really cool. Hey everyone, if you like our content and want to help us grow our channel, you can support us on Patreon, where you also get exclusive behind the scenes content. Otherwise, follow us on these social media platforms where you can help support us. A little goes a long way. Enjoy the rest of this video. Good evening everyone, and welcome back to another Nonocat video. So while we're on a trip in Taiwan, we were in Taipei, so we were very lucky to meet with Nelson from Archwick, and we were given the honor to actually took the first unit from the production line of the APC9-K for more than a couple of spins actually. So we managed to test it quite a bit, and even took it down for CQB, so that was really nice of him. And essentially this review will be based on our impression of that very first unit that we ran, and needless to say, we had a lot of fun, so let's get into it. So first off the bat, so the B&T Air Archwick APC9-K gas blowback was originally designed based on actual blueprints from Brugger and Tomet. So he told us that he actually received them from B&T themselves, and basically designed everything to spec, so that was really interesting. So right off the bat, the externals are definitely going to be accurate, the markings are going to be accurate.
Like we even got CAD drawings for how the markings are done from B&T. Yeah, and he was like, "You so anal retentive, Nelson. Like we just do it. It's just like he just told me this is the text we use and that's what we do." I'm like, no, just I want the dimensions. Also, all the intricacies of even the ampersand, we did exactly the way it's done.
And it does feature a one-piece CNC aluminum upper, which looks absolutely immaculate. It does have the Picatinny that runs across the top, and at the bottom and on the sides, there are actually M-locks hidden, those Picatinny adapters. So once you take them off, you see the M-locks at the bottom. Now the lower grip frame is made of polymer and feels absolutely sturdy, just like a real one should be. It was just really interesting to see how well this thing was made, just because of the blueprints as well. So one of the most interesting thing that I actually found on the gun itself was the stock. The stock design was absolutely brilliant. One of the theories was that they had to get the stock working like the real one, so you could actually deploy it with basically one hand and fire it with the other. So long story short, the springs they used on it was perfect. It was stiff enough that it doesn't wobble. They added a retainer for the stock system that sits on the side of the receiver, and that basically locks into place on the stock itself.
This piece right here, it's functional, and I'll tell you what this does. So when the stock is closed, it prevents the stock from rocking up and down.
So on the other models out there, they don't have that at all. The stock wobbles when it's retracted.
You see?
Yeah.
So you see how this...
Oh, I see. It slides into it. I see.
You see how this sticks out from the body?
Yeah.
So this is a separate piece. They molded that into the body. So this is just for looks.
Of course, the stock bars are steel, and it basically is the smoothest B&T stock I've actually ever felt. So it glides really easily, retracts really easily, and you don't have to worry about damaging it as well. So absolutely brilliant.
So the stock bars, steel, aluminum. They're not done to size, so they're too thin. Okay? So but they did this in one piece cast aluminum. Okay? So you notice here, this is, the real one is CNC, but we also have to cast it, but this is cast and we have a proper rubber butt plate.
That's, yeah.
And even the pattern is modeled after the real one, so it's done exactly right.
And the stock should naturally fall and show this up. Really easy. And to push it back, it should just follow gravity. Absolutely cool. Try that again. So down to the Selector. Selector on the APC9-K is extremely smooth, but has a very tactile feel to it. It gives you a very definite click as you switch from safe to semi and semi to full auto. It's just very nice, very definite. So Selector is kind of cool. That's just semi, and then to full auto, you actually go all the way through.
So one thing, feel the Selector. Real one is actually even more heavy, but we wanted that snappy sound and that feel. Feel that? You notice the Selector is actually the wrong size? It's mushy as well.
And of course the magazine. The magazine everybody was asking about, if it fit with the KWA MP9 magazines. It does not. It was redesigned so that it actually gives you the best sort of, I guess, performance and feeding performance. But one of the things we noticed is the magazine is super light on the Archwick, and it is very, very effective if you're wanting to use it for gameplay.
Look, they're same shape?
Yeah.
They're not compatible because the shape of the ceiling is different.
I see.
MP9 sits perfectly flush, 90 degrees. This is tilted forwards. So we could actually make it work, but we want to ensure that the gun has good function. Like if we tilt it this way, we would have to change the ramp of the air carrier. So we actually tried it. The velocity was inconsistent.
I see.
Okay, and notice something.
The weight.
This is 500 plus grams. This is 300 grams.
Yeah, so it's CNC.
No, it's cast aluminum. But the feet, this is CNC, this section. So our meg is actually modular.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right? And we include the rubber space. So when you drop your pegs,
buffers it.
Yeah.
That's cool. And now with the muzzle, you should have noticed that they have a Tri-Lug muzzle. They designed it specifically so it's more realistic. Just like the real one, you can actually remove it so it reviews a inner thread. And Archwick does include the adapter to go from that to 14 mil. So that's really interesting. So they kept it as realistic as possible.
Aluminum, steel. Okay, and the way our barrel's mounted, we actually give you a barrel mounting tool. So this is how the real gun barrel's mounted. Right. So there's a barrel nut that locks into this retainer piece. Yeah. So that's why our barrels are pretty stable. I don't know how theirs is locked, but it's not done like ours. So we actually include the tool that we made from steel for you to do this. Okay. So another thing too is that a lot of airsoft companies get this wrong. Is they put the threading in front of the Tri-Lug. In the real gun world, nobody does that. Yeah. So in the gun world, this is how it's done. It's either Tri-Lug or direct thread, and the direct thread would be like this. You remove the whole tip. So because of the diameter of the barrel and the inner diameter, we give you an adapter. we give you an adapter that's one side is 12 mil, and then you're allowed to have a, so the adapter threads in how you were able to mount the tracer unit at Ace Tech. So, and then the front will be -14.
I see.
So we give you that.
So one of the questions I had was, will the Tri-Lug muzzle fit with the existing sort of MP5 silencers out there? So the answer was 50-50, but because their specifications are made to real spec, a lot of the ones in the market currently, the suppressors in the market are actually designed for airsoft. So depending on the tolerance, it might fit or it might not. So hopefully that answers your next question if you were to purchase this. So one of the biggest things about the Archwick APC9-K specifically is going to be down into the internals. And one of the first things that we noticed was the bolt itself. So the bolt is very snappy, it cycles really well, and that's mostly due to it being CNC aluminum. It's very lightweight, it cycles really well, and it's very durable.
So this is actually a CNC block of aluminum. This is the bolt carrier CNC billet.
Yeah, we felt it. It was really light.
Yeah.
But it is.
And for those markets that are looking for, like, we want a steel one, we'll probably make it up. If you were to buy this on its own as an upgrade, this is probably $100 on its own.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It is good. It is good. Very snappy.
And one of the things we noticed was the nozzle system. So the nozzle system borrowed ideas from the MWS, which basically gives you a better air seal. We can see it here. The nozzle has a little spring in there, and the bolt catch contact area, I would say, has a similar design to the MWS, which has a little spring in it that buffers it while it contacts with your bolt catch. Anyway, just really quickly, this one looks really cool. So that system based on the MWS.
We kind of borrowed that idea.
Yes.
It's a buffer, yeah.
Yeah, and I realized
a little cheeky, huh?
it's cool. And this thing here.
Yep.
Yeah. That's really cool.
That's why you felt this.
Yeah, and then
Fuck, she does know tech. I don't know.
see the big
Put it in the spot, you shit.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Now down to the lower trigger groups, the internals are full steel, they're full CNC steel. They look very nice, they cut very nicely. And the hammer steel, series steel, the trigger is steel as well. And basically everything internally is premium parts out of the box. So that's what you're basically getting with the Archwick. So they what they believe in is to actually under-promise and over-deliver.
This is all machined steel, CNC.
Steel.
Steel.
You can tell. Wow.
Yeah, the hammer, the disconnector, the auto, whatever. Yeah. I'll have a list for you that's steel. So this is all CNC steel.
Wow.
So is the trigger.
Steel trigger?
Yeah, steel.
Nice. So now with the Hop Unit, you do get a TDC Hop Unit that is adjustable without disassembling the gun. So the Hop essentially can be adjusted directly underneath the barrel with a little Allen key. So that was very, very convenient while we're at Linko CQB, basically dialing that in for the Hop Up. Cool. That should be it.
Yeah.
So some of you guys might have noticed that the charging handle on this testing unit is a little bit droopy on one side, but the guys at Archwick are already on top of this. They've assured that the sled of the handle will be rectified for the actual production models.
Stick down the gun is exactly like the real one. So we just push these pins out. I feel sorry for this gun with been stripping it and putting it apart so many times. So just like the real gun, it just pops out like so. I don't think I got the pin all the way out. Oh, there you go. Okay. So there's that, and basically there's a tap on the back of the hinge plate, this pops up. Okay, and then I pull this back. This falls out.
Let us go.
That's it.
That was easy.
C'est voilà.
C'est fini.
C'est fini. Yeah.
So we'll put that through, that one goes through, and that aligns there.
Yeah. It only goes in one way, so you
only
missed it.
goes in one way.
Yep.
Yep.
Drop right in.
This one. Thin pot goes in.
The nipple goes in.
Yep, easy. That one goes in. Alright, now I think that's it for the upper.
So no, you did put this. So
Stop back.
yeah. So the way you do this is it's very specific. You kind of
Wrong way? Yeah.
you do it like this,
And you
then
push it
just
up.
push it up. That,
Awesome.
and then it will hold it into place.
I see. Oh, that's easy.
It's super easy.
It's very easy. It's very simple. And then this one rocks in, I'm assuming, from the back.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you push the pins through, then you're done.
Damn. It's too easy.
So, you know, everybody's biggest question is the performance, of course. So we'll start off with the accuracy and range. So off the bat, one of the things I realized was the BBs were flying really straight. So we can't really say much without putting it onto paper, but from an overall impression of using it multiple times for multiple days, we did realize it actually flies really well. So while we were using it in, in Linko CQB, we had no issues reaching out past, I think, 40 meters or so. It was hopping point trees very easily. In fact, we had to tune it down quite a bit in order to get it into spec. So in terms of accuracy and range, I think it works really well. So one of the major factors contributing to the accuracy and range has to be the bucking. So the bucking that comes on the Archwick APC9-K was designed by Archwick themselves. So this is a new design theory that they decided to do. It is absolutely perfect. They use the same theory in their SPR 300 Pro, which worked really well. And they've given us a set to actually trial out. And one of the things I noticed from it was the contact sort of channel. It makes so much sense. It looks like it guides the BBs straightforward with maximum sort of contact area, which gives you more hop, essentially to hop heavier BBs and to have it reach further. Now, in terms of trigger response, Archwick is all about keeping it realistic as much as they can. So one of the first things they did was made sure that the trigger feel felt the same as when he shot the real one down in Switzerland. So Nelson told us that they tried to put as much effort as they could into making it a viable sort of training system or a more realistic system, because that's what airsoft this one, isn't it? So it's really cool. They actually put in a two-stage trigger, which gives you a really nice trigger pull, which feels as similar as it could get to the real B&T APC9-K.
I want you to feel the trigger for me, okay? So a lot of airsoft gun triggers are actually way, way, way too light.
Yep.
The real gun is actually a two-stage trigger, so there's a bit of slack and then snap.
Yep.
So we actually try to mimic that. Whereas I think this one is very direct. It feels very hair triggery, but it's actually kind of there's not much feel.
I think I understand.
If you could test them side by side, you'll feel it.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. You have a wall in it.
Yeah, so the whole point of that is that when you're firing in semi-auto, you feel a clear reset. Okay?
And that's what I realized when I was shooting it in semi.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
So that's why you're describing as snappy, but you feel that you get the recoil feel, and then you also get the sensitivity in your finger that, okay, it's reset, I can squeeze off the next round. This is fast, but this is numb.
So one of the most interesting things that I've noticed while we were using it is because we were using one magazine over and over again, so sometimes we'd go through, let's say, 4 different scenarios with that one mag. it would have cooled down quite significantly. But one of the most impressive things I noticed was that the gun would lock back every single time. So this would be after finishing a full mag, even after 4 or 5 tries. So the mag would have been significantly cooled down. It would have been very cold. And the gun will be gassing out, but it would lock back every single time. So I'm not quite sure if they did their own version of the Z system, but it works really well. So lockback is absolutely excellent, and I think that's one of the biggest weak points that we found in gas blowback units.
Damn, it is good. It is good. Very snappy.
这支枪听起来比较正常，我们那支枪有特别调的比较弱。
是吗？
对。我们那支枪只有出处只有80。
这把大概也是90而已，枪管它也很短。我们这把枪的后坐力比较强。
没有。Oh, we're out. That's a lot of fun. Ready? Game over. That's really cool. Lock back. It's pissing. So my overall impression on the Archwick APC9-K is essentially absolutely excellent, especially for a beta unit. So this particular model that we were using was the very first unit that actually rolled out from the production line of the first production. So we only had 1 mag. We kept using it. It was like we were basically stress testing it to see if anything would happen so that Archwick could go and fix it, right? So while we were using it there, we didn't run into too many issues that they haven't addressed essentially. So it was really cool to say the least. So I would say definitely a good impression of the APC9-K. So of course I can talk about how good it is, how many premium parts there are in there. The number one question that all you guys would have is, how much would this thing cost? Because Archwick units don't come cheap, especially if you're getting all these nice CNC steel, CNC aluminum. So if you go up onto Tiger 101's website, you'll be surprised to see that the unit comes only around 400 USD, which is excellent. So you're getting a B&T licensed product that's true to spec, true to markings, because it comes from the original blueprint. You get a very snappy performer that's extremely compact, no bigger than the MP5K, which was the original design philosophy. The stock system is one of the best retractable stock systems I've seen in the market. All in all, I think this is the perfect unit to pick up if you're looking for that small sort of CQB-able gas blowback submachine gun out there, or if you're just after a B&T product, because this is definitely something that's top of my list currently. It's so cool, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you find this information valuable to your next purchase. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We really got to thank Nelson from Archwick for giving us this opportunity to actually run it and actually take the first production unit down for a game. So that was really fun, really cool, and basically thank you for giving us this opportunity. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just going to end it here, and hopefully you can take something away from this. So this is Nonocat, that's on the spear, and see you guys next time.
One of the things that Carl Berger insists on is that whatever we make as part of the B&T area has to feel like a B&T.
One.
Like you would on the real APC9-K. And that's why, what? So here we have the other side of the shooting range, and we have this guy hiding here from, was it Quad? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah. Mr. Andrew, and they're doing, So they're just testing out the new B&T APC9-K from Archwick. So it's one of the first working prototypes. Awesome, thank you guys. Wrong way. Okay. Actual B&T spec. So one of the things was the stock was very quiet too.